Okay, so today we're going to talk about insect diversity, function, value, and the risk of decline that insects do have, not only in the U.S., but in the world today. So insects are extremely diverse. Insects are extremely diverse. We have many different insects. A few examples that I did list are bee, wasp, butterflies, beetles. There's also, they all serve different functions, and so they're just extremely diverse as a whole. Insects serve different functions. They serve functions such as being a pollinator. That actually plays a large part into our state and into our state economy, since it is highly based on agriculture. Insects serve as decomposers, pest control, and many more things. But we're going to talk mainly about pollination because that is such a huge contributor to our local economy. And if we didn't have this pollination occurring, then we would not have, the seeds and the fruits that we consume and utilize in our everyday life. So that's a crucial part in our economy here in our state. And then when we're talking about insect value, insect pollination is extremely necessary and is of high value for the production of many fruit and seed and many crops that we have here in Georgia. The annual value of pollination in Georgia is over $360 million, which isn't much of a surprise to me because agriculture is our number one industry, but still it's interesting to see that they're on the screen. Also, another insect value is that decomposers, such as dung beetles, they've done a significant job of reducing the number of cattle feces versus other methods that may be harmful to the environment. So, they're of value even when it comes to decomposing things and getting rid of things that we might not want to have to do ourselves. They serve as pest control for other pests. So, insects do have to have something to eat if they are predatory insects. So, if they're beneficial insects, then they can eat the ones that maybe we don't want to come in contact with. Insects are even valuable for recreational sports. There's things like fishing that we could not have, or we probably couldn't do if we, didn't have the crickets that we tossed out on our line. So I think that's definitely pretty important because everybody loves to go fishing. I know we do at my house. But they also are even valuable for migratory bird hunting because, ducks do enjoy consuming insects as well. So insects are on a risk of decline. So, I'm sure we've all heard about the bees being on a decline and everybody is interested in saving the bees and our pollinators, but there's more to it than that. So butterflies and other pollinators in Europe had a decline for over a 25-year period, which are indicators of environmental quality. So that means that basically if your environmental quality is going down, then your pollinators are going to basically die or die off. So that is one of the reasons that our honeybees actually were on a decline. So the U.S. lost over 3.5 million honeybees over the past 6 decades. That's a huge amount of bees. We've kind of realized that that's due to pesticides that's been used in agriculture, and we have been, there have been strong efforts to try and, educate people about the utilization of pesticides around bees and local bee habitats. So one way to reconcile that is that if we change habitat change and pollution, so they've been such a driving force of insect decline, but if we change that and have drastic changes in habitat restoration and the reduction of agrochemical usage, then we may be able to save the insects before we lose them all.